Fambulen, una do one audio the way they out. I guess many of you una don't listen, but if you not listen to it, I will play that audio day, make you listen. Then let we all analyze about how some of we own Sierra Leone brothers them, how then they damage we own image, not just the country or not just the president. You might hate the president or administration, but certain if they do not only the president they hurt to, but they hurt your brothers and sisters the way they around the world. Because some of the world that with this man they talk, it go hunt people that way around the world way now very innocent people that they just there for find their own way. This guy called a British radio program, he talk about saloon, blah blah blah. But when I listen, la not talk boku.
Good afternoon.
Oh yeah, good afternoon, Matt Fry, and for this call.
It's Ali Mirage. Matt left 26 minutes ago. Go on, Abu. Hi.
Okay, I say we are very happy. I'm from Sierra Leone. We are very happy that the president of Venezuela has been overthrown, because the similarities between Venezuela and Sierra Leone are striking. In 2023, the president at the moment stole the elections, and besides that, he is using the country to sell drugs. It's now a hub of transshipment in West Africa. So we have been comparing these two countries, Venezuela and Sierra Leone, for the past few months. Because I'm also a journalist, I have my website, theorganizer.net, online.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Sorry, just on this, the election was rigged or stolen or tampered with. I mean, on that basis, people around the world could have been supporting Donald Trump to rise up for the January 6th riots with all the people who went in there, saying that the 2020 election had been stolen for Donald Trump on that basis. Couldn't it?
Yes, yes, of course. But in a Sierra Leone situation, the EU, the United Nations, the UK, they are all involved in investigating the 2023 elections. It's not only about the US. So, but the US, they are leading the investigation right now in Sierra Leone. And the people are hoping and praying that Donald Trump will do the same thing to remove the dictator.
So Abu, what you're saying is that in any state around the world where there is perceived to be an irregularity in an election and someone is deemed to have come to power in a way that's not entirely above board, you would support US intervention to remove that government. Is that right?
Yes, 100%.
In any country in the world?
Very important. In any country where they undermine democracy.
Okay. So on that basis, Russia questions the whole background to Zelensky coming to power, doesn't he? Doesn't Putin?
Yes.
I think that's one of the reasons.
Yes.
So therefore, do you defend what's happening in terms of the invasion of Russia in Ukraine on that pretext?
No, well, in Russia's case is different, because Russia went and intervened in a democratic country. It is different. But if Ukraine was not democratic, no, hang on a second. You can't define democracy in the way you want to define it, right? You're either democratic or you're not. You can't just say, in some countries I'll accept the legitimacy or the supposed legitimacy of an election, in others I won't. I mean, how does that work? No, I'm not picking and choosing. What I'm saying, democracy is for the people. When the people go to the ballot and vote a government out, that government should go out. But if they persist, they use their military and police to stay in power, the superpowers, they have right to intervene and restore democracy, because it's for the people. And that is what is happening in Sierra Leone.
Okay, hang on a second. So you're saying superpowers have got a right to go and impose and intervene in other states to impose democracy. What do you do with a non-democratic state like China, which is an authoritarian regime? What about them? Because they're a superpower too.
Well, they are a superpower. It's difficult for a country like that to be invaded, because they are militarily strong.
I know, but what about China? What about China going around wanting to intervene in other countries, including Taiwan potentially?
I know China. No. China is not democratic, so they don't have the the right to do that. But
Okay, so your argument is if the state is democratic, that gives them a right to go and intervene in any other state where it considers the elections to have taken place within that state to not have been conducted appropriately. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. That is the point I'm trying to issue. Because democracy is the best type of governance. It's for the people. So,
okay, so on that, but Abu, on that basis, why should states that are sympathetic to Donald Trump not say, well, let's all rise up and support regime change in the US because Biden stole the 2020 election, which is exactly the argument Trump was making at the time.
No, it takes one person to take the lead, and now Donald Trump has taken the lead.
Hang on, but Abu, again, you're taking the lead. I mean, come on, Abu. I mean, what I'm saying is Donald Trump said...
Let me just say something.
Yeah, go on.
Sierra Leone is a different situation because Sierra Leone underwent the same situation in 2023. The people voted against the dictator who is there.
I understand what you're saying about Sierra Leone.
Now it's there 2.5 years from now.
But Abu, but the point I'm making is you're going down a very dangerous slope here. Because if you're saying that it's up to a superpower, in this case the US, to decide what's a legitimate election and what's not a legitimate election, some people would say on that basis, if Donald Trump has secured the states of other superpowers who believe that his own election was stolen from him in 2020 by Biden, that there would be an argument to go and enforce regime change in the US, which would be patently ridiculous, Abu. Thank you for your call. Breaking news, US Attorney General Pam.
So, family, una listen, yeah? Una see wetin we own brothers and sisters then they do, that they hurt the country. Wetin they do so, not to the president they hurt, but ordinary citizens where they around the world. If you go talk, say your country don't turn drug hub, etc., etc., you know they hurt the president. You are hurting the country. Your brothers and sisters the way they around the world. And they hurt not to the country. Let we leave their style here so. This is not good, it's not good for we country. Waiting, some people they do so.